Hello and welcome to a blank screen. Yes, we have had corrupt data. That means WCW has ended before I even wanted to end it. Falling Stars ended as well. Really good about that because I thought we were doing really well. As you can see right now, if I click on shortcut, you can see that I'm rendering a very long video. If I click project, this video you're going to be watching in a bit when it's rendered is an hour and 32 minutes. And that is just Ring of Fire. So every day we're going to rotate these two series. So one day you're going to get this, another day you're going to get... And this is going to be our professional British local to global. And we are bringing back... I weren't going to get rid of it. Anyone who thought I was getting rid of this, you're wrong. Corrupt data, I don't care. Falling Star Wrestling. He's back. So yes, we are back. We are not going anywhere. And we're going to be bringing you... so we're going to be working from the south, which is where we're based. I have got the website up here, just so I can copy the logo and a bit of this. So this is the actual Falling Star website. So it's a real company. Been to see them. I'm not going to be able to hire all of the wrestlers they've got in real life because I don't think we'll be able to afford them to start off with. But I'd love to be able to hire people like Bulk and that further down the line and have those appear. All I'm trying to do is get this to copy so I can paste it into the website. Paste, there we go. Excuse me while I fight with the computer. So yeah, I'm sorry about this, and I know that this is now what, we're Monday, so this will be Tuesday's episode. That's the day of the week. That's the day that comes after Monday. So yeah, we're not getting rid of Falling Star. For anyone who thought, oh dear, the great is corrupted, Joe's going to give up on Falling Star. No, Falling Star was the thing that started this off. Wanted to promote the promotion that is great, so I'm bringing Falling Star back, but this time it's going to be a proper local to global with the company. I'm going to be calling the series Falling Star Rebirth, but it will be going into the Falling Star original state, so none of that. I think none of that and that to be the key feature. That to be very low, that to be very low, that to be very low, and that to be very low. None. To heavy, key feature. Excuse me, sorry about that. FSW. I'm just going to shout out to my fiance a minute. Babe, you making tea soon? Also, she's making a cup of tea soon, guys. Don't know when, but she said yes, so that's a good sign. She'll kill me soon because that's on tape now. So yeah, this is going to be done exactly like the original save was done. So like we've been doing with Ring of Fire and Hibbentung, who I am going to shout out some more respect to you, man, because you comment on most of my videos. So I want to give you some respect. You have been amazing. I'm going to sort that out. I am going to treat it a bit because I want to just be FSW. I don't want to be FSW UK because the other company that uses it is Future Shock. And to be quite honest, Future Shock can be FSW UK and we can be FSW. Okay? It just makes my life easier because it just means that every title is going to be FSW UK, the championship, and in real life it isn't. It's the Falling Star Championship or the FSW Championship. So if we do that to Future Shock, and that is all we're going to do to Future Shock, and then we can just be, where are we gone? Falling Star Wrestling, there we are. And then we can just take that off, and we should be fine and dandy. I don't know when she's making the tea, but there you go. At least I know I'll get one, so I won't be thirsty for long after filming this. I ran out of juice, I drank it too quick. So yeah, I've got not a position on the roster. I've decided that because I've been a road agent, I've been on a authority figure, and I've been all this lot of doo-ha, I'm going to be the announcer. As being as I always seem to be the one calling the action anyway, and I always seem to put myself on announcing for shows, I'm going to be an announcer for this save. The other save, I'm going to be a authority figure and announcer for Ring of Fire. For here, we're just going to be the announcer, so we'll be doing the ring announcing and stuff like that. So yes, we've got no belts, that doesn't matter. We've got no events, doesn't matter, we've got nothing. Yeah, I might need a gimmick. I'm a super heavyweight, I'm about 23 stone in real life, I'm not going to deny it, so, you know, I'm not going to deny that. You alright? So yeah, what we're looking at is, oh dear, the cane's broke. You know, I know that people love my Monster JJR promos, because I put this really creepy, weird voice on, and it's awesome. So we will be doing that again. Weird, creepy voice, yay. I'll go for mysterious, that'll do. That'll be fine. Right, so that's me set up. My gimmick set up everything else. Oh. So yeah, it's going to be a good... I think doing this... is going to make the series more exciting. It's going to make the series more interesting as well. So yeah, that's took us 6 minutes already. 6 minutes just to set a company up and set a product up and put a logo on and set myself up. So ladies and gentlemen, we're live from the UK for Falling Star Wrestling. So yeah, we need to hire some wrestlers. This is how you communicate in this house when you're recording. I should just really text her instead of shouting down at her one with tape. It's quite amusing. So yeah, a wrestler is active to hire exactly an unknown in... We're not in the South British Isles. I'm going to say can work British Isles and is based in the British Isles, just because I don't want to bring any Americans in or anything like that, because that's what I've done bad in the previous shows. I brought a couple of British guys in and they were costing money. Right. Because this is Falling Star, I'm going to have I'm going to be bringing in 4 wrestlers who we know. Of course, for 240 appearance, we're bringing in Falcon. We've got the money, we're bringing in Tom Falcon. You know, he is a Falling Star hero. We're bringing in Fiorio, a Falling Star legend in himself. So we're also going to have a look and see how much, because he's going to be on here as well in this list. Starr. Jimmy Starr works for the company, so he's 280 per show. So we can bring in Jimmy Starr. You know, he works for the company in real life, it makes sense to bring Jimmy Starr in. The next guy I'm going to have a look at who works for the company in real life is he on this list? I don't think... Oh, he is. How much is he per show? 280 per show. So we can bring Jonathan Windsor in. There's no problem with that. So that's our... That's what, 4 wrestlers now? So we need another 4. So we need 8 wrestlers to start us off. Matty Walters is 400. So sadly, we can't bring Matt Walters in. That's fine. At this time, Matt Walters will be too expensive for us. I'm struggling with people like that. So Tom Dawkins is 280. I'll bring in Tom Dawkins because you know, the one thing I have done, which I'm now going to have to go and sort out, is I'm going to go not covered for travel. So I'm just going to go back. I'm going to get all of the guys I've just done and just change that to not covered. So Tom Falcon, Furio as well. Just because, you know, if you're paying their travel, they're going to cost more at the show because you're paying for them to get there. This is a trick I've learned with my previous one before this went corrupted, is if you pay for people's travel, it's going to cost more. Windsor was another one. You know, not going to pay for your travel, mate. You can come on your own. $290, not a problem. And Jimmy Starr as well. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at wrestlers I know I want to bring in. So already we've got Furio, Falcon, Starr, Jonathan Windsor, and Tom Dawkins. Let's have a look at Sid Scala. How much is Sid Scala going to be for per show? 280 for Sid Scala. So we'll bring in Sid. So it's 280 not covered. We need a couple of more. So Smooth, Sammy, Smooth, 240. We'll bring him in. And finally, our final wrestler for this. And I'm going to bring in an extra 2 to what I brought in with the other show, because it means we can have a bit more interesting stuff. I was going to bring in Richard Parliament, but he's 400 per appearance. So for now, he'll be shortlisted. But below him is Ricky Knight. He's 1,000. Jeez. Ricky Knight Jr. is 200. He's 13. I need to sort that out because he's actually 16. No, he's only 17. So actually, I'm just going to edit this. Because he's still going to be paying him the same amount. But I actually forgot I've set his data up wrong. Because I did look up on... I think it's... If you do want to know any information about a wrestler, and most wrestlers in the world, go to Cage Match Wrestling. Because you can go on there and have a look. And you can see who is what. It's very interesting as well. So yeah, so I'm going to get that fixed, and I will change it so that he debuts in the right year as well. So it's Ricky Knight Jr. He debuted in 2011. I've got this on my phone in front of me, by the way. So yeah, so he debuted, I've put it in August, but he debuted in 2011, and he was born in 2000. Well, that's Ricky Knight Jr. So that's his profile set. So, okay, the game's now not responding. Oh, joys of a virtual wrestling game. It's brilliant fun when it not does this. So we're bringing in Tom Falcon, Furio, Jordan Starr, Jonathan Windsor, Tom Dawkins, Sid Scala, Sammy Smooth, and Ricky Knight. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because you've got 4 matches for your hour show you'll be doing to build your company up. Awesome. That's what you want to do. Now you've got the biggest problem of the running a wrestling company. Because every wrestling company needs an official. So those officials are... You need a referee to hire. Can work in the British, based in Britain. Now the problem with this is it's very difficult to find a cheap referee. See, all referees are like $500 to $700 appearance, so we're not going to be able to get that any lower, I don't think. So yeah, it means it's not going to go any lower. I'm going to try and bring Thomas Kearns in. His travel's not covered. And he'll come in for $450, so that's not too bad for a referee. When I hire everybody onto their contracts, I will make sure that everybody hasn't got their travel covered. I'm going to go through everybody on my list, and I'm going to change them to 1-year contract offers, and also try and see. So Destiny looks like the best option. Reputation average, respect very weak, so she won't be very good. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have Destiny brought in as a road agent. She might not be very good to start off with, but we're a company that needs to grow. So a cheaper road agent means more profit in the end of the month. So now what we need to do is we'll add the Falling Star Championship. So we're just going to add that, just so people know we're going to have a belt. So this is the Falling Star Championship, the FSW. Oop, FSW. Championship. There you go. So the picture behind it, for anyone who's wondering what I get, I just Google random companies on the internet, and this is Pro Wrestling, Preston City Wrestling, and I don't know what show it is, but it's Kevin Steen taking on Marty Kirby. So what we do now is we click on the person's picture, and it comes up on this screen. I don't know if this actually works. Negotiate. So what we now do is we negotiate the contract. We edit it. So it'll be a 1-year contract, travel not covered. Okay? And that is what I'm going to do for everyone. I will go through and do this. I will then come back with our first show. And then you'll get to see how we're getting on, and we'll have a look at profit. So thanks for watching, guys. This is episode 1. That's took 60 minutes. So I'm only going to do one show on this, because otherwise we're going to end up with another hour and 30-minute video, which we don't want. So awesome, guys. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back to Lynn's Sport in Kings Lynn. Now, I've just uploaded quite early this morning my longest video yet to YouTube. And as soon as these, hopefully that in there explains to you why we're doing this. If you didn't know, and I've already going to upload it to the other video, my data went corrupt for both WCW and Fallen Star. Could not get it back. I tried the beginning of the week data and reset and all that, and I could not get this back. So we're restarting. We're going to just forget WCW ever existed. I'm going to get on with a new save. This is Falling Star Wrestling. Everybody I wanted is signed, and interestingly, these two are the main eventers. And they get a 28E in their opening angle, and it begins like this. Welcome to Lynn's Sport. Welcome to Falling Star House Party. Tonight I take on a man who's lost his mind. He tries to sell stuff at a cheap price. Tonight I go in the main event to win. I'll be the champion and fighting one I've had. So yeah, Jimmy Starr coming out going, welcome to Lynn's Sport, welcome to Fallen Star. I made the arena, then I sold it back. Just so we can use this until we start outselling it. No one here in Kings Lynn wanted to buy my watches. Do you want one, Jimmy? Jimmy gives him a look and he goes, okay, maybe not. But tonight I'm going into this ring to fight. The championship don't belong here in this stingy town. I'm going to fight and win. Nobody cares about you, Jimmy. Once Jimmy hears that, there's a massive brawl. These two start, out the ring, through the ropes and stuff. And we've got 90 people tonight. This arena holds 100, so, and I was expecting 81, so 9 more than what we were expecting. Not bad at all. And in our opening match, it only got a 12F+, but that's a good rating because we're a small company. In a battle, I had TEW Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Ricky Knight Jr. defeated Furio by 8:29 by pinfall of 5-star Frog Splash. Ricky Knight Jr.'s debuts Furio debuts Vampire Crazy Gimmicks got initial rating of average. Ricky Knight Jr. debuted his Mass Luchador Realistic Gimmicks got an initial rating above average. This match got the crowd hotter. Furio had a 12, Ricky Knight Jr. had a 13. And the I Will Take a Vampire storyline has advanced. No work improvements, but yes, so we'll move on. And once again, Facebook Messenger. It's only got an F1, but then these two are not that popular in the area, especially Ricky Knight, who is only got 0, and Fury's at 10. So the match is over. Ricky Knight Jr. is celebrating, going, "Hey, I won!" But Furio is looking furious. Furio's angry as anything, and he just, he's lost his mind, and he jumps in from behind, beating him down to the mat. And before he gets the chance to try and bite him, bite his neck, the referee gets in the middle. So yeah, in a 20E-, not bad at all. In above a decent reaction from the crowd, but TEW Wrestling, Tom Dawkins defeated Sammy Smooth with 7:31 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. A different Tom Dawkins to what we've seen before. He's debuted his Psycho gimmick, Realistic gimmick. He's got initial rating above average. Sammy Smooth throwback gimmick. He's got initial rating of very good. Tom Dawkins doing Sammy Smooth great chemistry. It's shown their performance great. This match got the crowd hotter. Tom Dawkins had 22, Smooth 16. The IW UK All-Star storyline stands for this segment, and Tom Dawkins improved in performance. Not bad from these guys. So yeah, Tom Dawkins. This place is bullshit. They bring this pig Sammy Smooth in. I am the star of this place. I am the guy from IPW UK that is the star. Not you, Sammy. I'm going to show you a new light to myself. I'm not going to pull up with this shit. I'm no longer fighting for you. Whatever I do from now is fine for me. Sod Falling Star, sod Kingsland, sod you losing fans. Now I'm leaving this stinking town. So yeah, he's very annoyed. No worker improvements, but the storyline advance. 24E, not bad at all. In a 22E minus, in about a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Jonathan wins a defeat Tom Falcon in 801 by pinfall, handful of tights. Jonathan wins a debut to royalty, realistic game, it's got an issue rating above below average. Fan favourite for Tom Dawkins, as always, cocky. He's got above average. As planned, this match brought the fans down a little. Jonathan wins had a room performance 24, Falcon 20. The royalty might also start with this segment. And no worker improvements. And then we move on to a little video piping up them tonight's main event. And I got a 22E minus in about a decent match of the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Jimmy Starr defeated Sid Scala in 14:35. Jimmy Starr wins the Fallen Star Championship. The match got the crowd hot at 22 for Sid Scala's in-ring performance, 21 for Jimmy. And the Fallen Star storyline has advanced this segment. Jimmy Starr improving in performance, and so is Sid Scala. And another good thing I noticed tonight is Destiny did not get a bad rating as the road agent. All the way through the show, she did a good job. So a cheap road agent, and she seemed to. So the match is over. Jimmy Starr is celebrating, and Sid looks angry and does what Fury did, but not as sadistic. Yes, and that got us a 22E, increased our riding region. I'm gonna have to give it to because both Jonathan Winston Falcon and Jimmy Starr and Sid Scala both got good ratings on their show. So I'm going to give it to the main event guy. Jonathan wins up. Jimmy. And of course, I'm going to give it to Sid. Praise for great performance. Praise for great performance. Praise for great performance. Make speech. Do. So yeah, I'll see you back on the main title screen and see if we've made any money or not. Hello and welcome back to the main title screen. So WWE have called up Robbie Brookside. Dragon Gate got 60 last night. Impact Wrestling was on last night as well. 55C for Impact. I'm not surprised to put Noah 54C. But one thing we want to know is Stardom 34E plus, Ice Ribbon 32E plus. Where are we? We're down here. The feedback has been that it was not that bad given a company that small. So yeah, people enjoyed the show. Not that bad for what size we were. And we're now minus 90. Not sure why we've gone down that to in the shitter 90, but we're meant to get 2,000 in sponsorship, so it should go up. But yeah, I think that might be the venue costs, because we didn't sell the venue out, so I might not do the next show there. The next show will be on Thursday, week 1 of August, and that's going to be Strike Zone. So I'll just do a year for this one. I don't know if I'm doing House Party next year, so I didn't put a year on it, I just did House Party. But Strike Zone we'll probably do every year. So, for this show, we're only going to do 3 matches. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. So the first match is going to be Furio and tagging with Sid Scala to take on Jimmy Starr and RK Knight, Ricky Knight Jr. in the main event of the night. Hopefully giving Furio and Ricky Knight Jr. a little rub. Further in the card, Sammy Smooth will meet Jonathan Windsor in a nice little matchup. And of course, Tom Falcon will meet Tom Dawkins. So the two Toms will meet in a nice match as well. So yeah, that's the show. What we're going to do now is auto push everybody. And let's have a look, see where everybody is, and if any of their popularities moved. I don't think I'll be able to look at if they've improved in Brink, because not a lot of people did. But as you can see now, he's 2 in southern England, so he's gone up 2 points, because he was a 0, so he's gone up 2 points with that one show, so he's now F-. Jimmy Starr is a 17, which is why he's a main eventer, because I think that's one of the most popular guys we've got. But if you look, he was a 15, so he's gone up 2 with the first show as well. Jonathan Windsor is now a 17, and I think he's gone up 2 because he was a 15. So yeah, he's gone up 2 as well, which is good. Ricky Knight Jr. is now a 4. He was a 0, so he's gone up 4 spots in popularity, which is good. And the thing is, as they grow in popularity, they're going to get more. People are going to be more interested in seeing them for our company, and the matches are going to get better. But as you can see, he was a 10. He's now a 12. So he's gone up. Scarlet's a 15. I think the loss didn't help him, but if you look at his popularity, you know, he's stayed the same. He hasn't moved. So Scarlet is going to be watched very carefully, because if he doesn't start improving like he did in the last save, then he might get the axe. 17 here. Surprising popularity rise. 17. F plus is 15 to start off with. I was going to say, Scarlet's now an upper mid carder, so Windsor should be the main eventer. Yeah, Windsor's now the main eventer of the company. He is a main eventer. They do main event him quite a lot, because he has been a former champion, as you can see here in his picture for the company. When I started watching Full Star, he was a champion. So Tom Dawkins was 17. I think we did Tom Dawkins, but just to make sure, we definitely did check him. So yeah, he's gone up 2. I can't look at skills because my Fog of War's turned on. I might turn that off so we can look a bit better, but I don't. I think that just ruins the gameplay. I think it's a bit more fun not really knowing a lot about the wrestlers. He's now a 12. He was 10. I had him set up to be a 10. So yeah, he's gone up as well. Let's go to creative meeting, because I want to see if I can bring in a couple of more guys, but I don't want them to be too expensive. So our franchise players are Jimmy and Jonathan. Sammy Smooth, the next big thing. Hot Prospect Smooth, Knight, Fury, Falcon. No one can talk the talk. No showstoppers. No ring generals. Tom Dawkins, Windsor and Jimmy are hot. Falcon, Smooth and Sid are not. Time decline, no one, which is good. And we'll wait for the hidden gems to open up. So yeah, see, quite a lot of these people are going to be expensive. See, he's 800 pay-per-view appearance. Matt Taylor, he's 280. Might be interesting. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip to the end of the month, see if we get this back into green, and then see if we can bring in a couple of more guys. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I'll see you back at the main task screen. Hello and welcome back. So we've skipped forward to August, and we're now at the beginning of August. So, Impactified Ava Stone. I've never seen her with Impact, actually, to be honest. So Matt Walters is signed with International Pro Wrestling UK. So has Richard Parliament. And then it's just telling me they've got offers, that's fine. So, we made a $514 profit. So $514, dollars, pounds, what you want to say, is better than nothing. So what we're going to have a look at is to see if our popularity's changed at all. And I don't think it has. We've stayed the same across Central England. Commercial takes on. So I'm going to skip forward 3 days, get Strike Zone set up and ready to record, and then I'll see you at Strike Zone. Hello and welcome back. How are you all doing? So yeah, we're now at Linsport, and once again I'm going to have to go and hunt down one person and kill them because they didn't turn up. one person off a sold out show is really annoying. So these are the results from Strike Zone, being held by Falling Star Wrestling. It's being held in front of 99 people instead of 100 at Lynn Sport. So yeah, if you do want to go and see Falling Star Wrestling, they are doing an event this Saturday, which is Strike Zone at Lynn Sport, which I can't make to, but I'm going to Sunday night's World Association of Wrestling event at Cromer Carnival. If the carnival tent's still standing, because at the moment we're in the middle of a thunderstorm. Sort of. So in our opening match, I've brought Ashton Smith in and Danny Duggan. So in a bout of a decent match from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Duggan defeated Ashton Smith in 640 by pinfall. Ashton Smith has debuted his loner cocky gimmick. He's got an initial rating below average. Danny Duggan debuted his fan favourite wholesome gimmick. Got a rating of average. This got the show off to a strong start. Got the crowd hotter. Ashton Smith 18, Danny Duggan 25. Danny Duggan's improving performance. Now, don't expect Ashton Smith to be around long. My experience of Ashton Smith is he doesn't improve very quick, doesn't get popularity very quick. So he's just in here for for a short period of time. I do need to resort their contracts. I don't think I'm paying them for travel, but they are on a 3-year contract, which I don't need them to be. So they'll be re-signed to a 1-year contract after tonight. In our next match, in a belt of a decent reaction of the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Tom Falcon defeated Tom Dawkins in 8:01 by pinfall. They're dropping a dime. Got a 22E, which is better than what matches we had last month. So Tom Dawkins getting back his gimmick, got them crowd hotter. Tom Falcon had 20, Dawkins had a 22. Tom Dawkins improving in performance. Excuse the background noise. Tom Falcon is celebrating his victory in the ring when Jonathan Windsor runs in and attacks him, beating Falcon down to the mat. We then go to a nice interval where we will have a nice beer. You get to go to the bar and get some crisps, typical independent wrestling show. And then when we return, we have Jimmy Starr come out. Last month, I did as planned and won the Falling Star Championship. Sadly, I cannot defend it tonight as I'm going to be in a tag team match. Jimmy, once again, you bring us to this stinkhole. I've got to throw in front of these stupid fans, but next month I'm challenging you to a steel cage match. So Jimmy goes around to Sid and goes, if you want a steel cage match, you got it next month. So next month, we'll be having a steel cage match. Oh yes, and I got a 25E. Looking forward to that steel cage match. I love steel cage matches. Hence why I want to go to Cromer, because they should have a steel cage match there on Sunday night. Against, I think it's going to be the Superflies against the UK Hooligans. So in a bout of a decent reaction on the crowd but terrible wrestling, Sammy Smooth defeated Jonathan Windsor by 8:04 following a botched interference by Tom Falcon. Jonathan Windsor was really off his game. Jonathan Windsor getting better at his gimmick. Sammy Smooth's getting better at his gimmick. As planned, this match brought down the fans. Jonathan Windsor 21, Sammy Smooth 17. And the Royalty My Ass storyline advanced for a segment. I was not meant to have Tom Falcon running. It was meant to be Tom Dawkins. Damn. Then a video plays hyping up our main event, which got us a 20E-, which I was expecting because these guys are not very good in the ring. So, yeah. In a bout of a decent reaction on the crowd but terrible wrestling, Sid Scala and Furio defeated Jimmy Starr and Ricky Knight Jr. in 14:51 when Furio defeated Jimmy Starr by pinfall with a handful of tights. This match got the crowd hot. Furio had a ring performance of 15. Yes, please! Sid Scala had a ring performance of 22. Ricky Knight had a ring performance of 15. Jimmy Starr had a ring performance of 24. The Falling Star Championship storylines advanced for this segment. And so has the I Will Take Your Vampire Dan has advanced for the segment. I was saying yes please because she's making tea, just to wind her up. And then the closing angle of the night got an F12, which I was expecting because these two are not very good at these two here, are not very good in popularity. So after the match, everybody brawls into the back. Get all the fans hot and heavy. And that got a 21E-, and guess what? No matter what, it improved our show all round. So I'll be giving it to Sid Scala, Jimmy Starr, and I'll be giving it to... I don't know who else to go to. I'm going to give it to Jonathan Windsor. And that would be praised for complimented on a good performance, complimented on a good performance, and complimented on a good performance. So I'll see you back at the main title screen. Hello! Welcome back to the main screen. we are talking to the camster at the same time. Poppy, we can see you. Stop pretending we can't. And welcome. So yes, we are not in the shit house. Hooray! We got 658 quid. And next month at Falling Star Wrestling, locked in. I can't even spell now. Once again, my dyslexia is click. Hey Siri, how do you spell locked?
Not N-O-T.
Seriously, Siri doesn't know what I'm on about. Hey Siri, how do you spell locked? Okay. So it's L-O-C-K-E-D. Locked inside. So yeah. I'll probably spell inside wrong as well, but oh well. The joys of being a dyslexic and trying to spell stuff, it's great fun. Hey Siri, how do you spell inside?
Inside. I-N-S-I-D-E.
Well, at least that way I know I've got it spelled right. So, you finished dying? You're right. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. As you can hear, she's choking. I think she's choking on the foot-long sausage roll I got her from Mawson's. If it isn't, I don't know what it is. So, okay, it's a cheese puff. So yeah, so at the show, we're going to be having a steel cage match. Hopefully this is going to get more people in because it's prestigious. I know that Sid Scala is no longer a main eventer, but it is the storyline we've been doing. So Jimmy Starr will take on Sid Scala with the belt on the line at Locked Inside. And I'm going to be doing Locked Inside as a full night of wrestling inside the steel cage. Because I decided that's be awesome. Because I like Lockdown. I don't like Hell in a Cell or TLC or Extreme Rules. Because why the hell would you have an Extreme Rules match? A match at Extreme Rules where if you lose by DQ, you lose the title. Didn't make sense. Well done, WWE Creative. You messed up again. So yeah, as you can see, actually it's changed around now. So Sid Scala is in the main event. So we're going to be doing Tom Dawkins in a final match against his IPW counterpart, who, of course, we've been building up this storyline for a while. So he will be taking on inside the cage, Tom Dawkins. Will be taking on Smooth Sammy Smooth. Sammy Smooth. And actually, all of the people I've got on this roster now, apart from the only one I do know of who hasn't appeared is Ashton Smith. But everybody I've hired have appeared for Falling Star at some point in the past. Next matchup will be Jonathan Windsor taking on the Falcon, Tom Falcon. I'm looking forward to that match. That's a match I think will be awesome, especially with all these being a cage match. It's going to be a good night of action. And I'm going to be doing an additional match on the night because it's a steel cage event. And the other match we're going to be doing, of course, is RKJ, Ricky Knight Jr. taking on Furio. And then we'll have Ashton Smith. Then we'll do... I might not book that in, actually. But we might have Ashton Smith take on Danny Duggan in a rematch. So, last month we did get £514 in profit. So, let's have a quick look at how our standings stand. Just ignore the music in the background. I think Lego Worlds has just opened up and the telly was on noisy. Sorry about that, guys. Doesn't really matter. It's quite nice music. And Lego Worlds is an amazing game. It's just Lego, which I love, Lego game based on Minecraft. It's amazing. So yeah, Ashton Smith, as you know, since we started, he was a F2 minus. He was 6 when we hired him. He's now an 8. So he's gone up a couple of points since we used him last night. So Danny Duggan is a 17. I brought him in because he was cheap as pie. And he was a 15, and he's gone up 17 since we used him with his win. Danny Duggan is someone I absolutely respect. He's a part of D&D in... I don't know if they're still the tag champs, but I'm in 2016, so they're probably not. For IPW, so he's good. Furio, he's now a 5, F5 minus. He was a 2, so he's gone up as well, which is good. This is the idea of this is so we build these guys up this small roster up, when this roster will grow with us. Is the idea. These guys are the people who are going to be carrying this company on the back for a few times. So yeah, he was a 15 and then he was a 17. He still is 17. I think that's because we haven't had him win, or we didn't have him defend about. He's a 16, so I do believe that Sir Jonathan Windsor has gone down a point, because he's a 16 and he was 17, so he's lost a point of popularity, sadly. RKJ, Ricky Knight Jr. Hopefully he will be at the show on Sunday, because I do like Ricky Knight Jr. He's a 5, he was a 4, so he's gone up a point. Smooth Sammy Smooth is a 16, so he's 1 point off becoming a main eventer. So I'm not, you know, and he's only a mid card, but he's 1 point becoming off some of the main eventers in the company. But he started off as a 10 in July. He was then a 12, and he's flown through the ranks. He's now a 16, so he's really picking up the popularity. Is he working for any other companies other than us? Let's have a quick look at the view profile. So he is working for Preston City Wrestling as well as us, so that might help him. I don't know about Sid Scala, the con man of all con men. He's not working for anyone else, so he's only getting his popularity from us. So he's a 17 and he started off as a 15. So he's gone up 2 points at the last show with that win, which is not bad. I ain't gone up none. Thomas Kearns ain't gone up none. Dawkins is a 16. And that, I don't know if, I think he's gone up. Yeah, he's lost a point as well. So Dawkins has lost a point, similar to Windsor. So, and my boy Tom Falcon, who's now a 16 popularity in Southern England, and he started off as a 10. He's gone up to a 12, and he's now a 16. Good old Tom Falcon. So let's have a look at our popularity as a company as a whole. We're still a 10, but we have got 11 popularity now. So that's going to drop again. That normally drops before it goes back up. And let's take a look at the rest of the world before we skip to the end of the month, shall we? Let's have a look at what's going on inside the biggest company of the world at the moment, World Wrestling Entertainment. And we'll have a quick look and see what champions they got. So they've still got Neville. They've still got The Miz, Cesaro and Sheamus, Alexis Bliss, The Usos, Naomi, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. So for the first time since I started a game, Brock Lesnar has not been kicked off the title picture by The Big Show. He's been kicked off by Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. So it makes more sense. Storyline wise, they've got Dean Ambrose versus The Big Show, Reigns versus Rollins, Orton versus Ziggler, and AJ versus Big Lee. Okay, Starr is now taking on the upper mid card. Okay, that's weird. Shall we have a quick look at Ring of Honor? I don't think a lot's changed in Ring of Honor. World, Cody still. 6-man tag, Brandon Tate, Brett Tate, The Boys, and Dalton Castle. Matt and Nick Jackson, and Kushida. So nothing's changed there. The Young Bucks versus Cody and Daniels is the storyline going on there. And we'll just take a quick look at the next company I want to have a look at, because I'm interested in what they're doing, is Impact. So Moose, Rosemary, Lashley, Sanjay Dutt, and Ortiz and Sonata. Lashley and Homicide versus Storm and Carter. Magnus versus Patron. Seidel versus Bram. Let's have a quick look at the big boys company of Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling, the second largest company in the world. So Okada's still their champion. Tanahashi's still the Intercontinental champion. Kushida's their junior heavyweight. Their junior heavyweight tag team champions are the Young Bucks. The tag team champions are Tama Tonga and Tonga Rua. IWGP is Suzuki Minoru. The never open weight 6-man tag of Bushi, Evil, and Sonada. Love all three of those guys. Amazing. No, and I won't look at those titles. And for storyline wise, they're not got bad. Naito and Kenta Omega, Tenzon and Huiki Goto, Tanahashi and Tomoe Ishii, and Nakishi and Nagita versus Minoru Suzuki and Okada. That would be an interesting current affairs in that company. That sounds amazing. I'm going to have a quick look at something, because I can do this, I think. If I go on to the world, not the TV thing, the world one, click on England, and go down here, we can have a look and see where we stand in our own country. So the main one in South is so we are not on this list. So we're not in the regional battles yet, but we're going to have to compete with these guys when we go into regional battles, because we're going to have to compete with ICW, Progress, all these companies are what we're going to have to battle. So when we get to that size, that's what we're going to be competing for when we get to the next size up, which is small. But we're going to have to be competing against those guys. So what we'll do is I will let you go, and I'll see you at the end of the month. See you then. Recording. Oh, hello, folks. Hello, and welcome back. I don't know why I just did Mickey Mouse there. Sam, Lee, and Matt Waters are not getting on an IPW. So we are back. Last night, let's have a look and see what WWE had planned for SummerSlam. So Roman Reigns beat the Big Show. Big E and Xavier Woods defeat the Hardys. Sheamus defeat Balor and Strowman by countout. Neville defeat Lindsay Dorado by countout. How many countouts are they going to do on one show? I wouldn't want to watch this WrestleMania. I'd be annoyed. The Miz defeat Curtis Axel by countout. Alexa Bliss defeat Emma to retain the women's title, Raw Women's title. Naomi defeated Natalya to retain the SmackDown Women's title. Sounds like real life. Kevin Owens defeated Connor by countout. April Arari Daivari defeated Angel Lamas by countout. Young defeated Victor Dillinger and Dallas, not by countout. Eric Rowan went to no contest with Sin Cara. Curtis Hawkins defeated Felicio by DQ. I'm just sitting here looking at this. This is one of the biggest events of the year. And hold on a minute. Let's just count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches ended by bloody countout. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's what happened in WWE last night. If you watched that show, please phone me up and tell me why, because you're an idiot. So last month we got 789 profit. So we have got locked inside in 3 days' time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this to October. I will then edit all the videos together, and you'll get this video tonight, the restart of Fallen Star, and then I'm going to go on and tape some Ring of Fire for tomorrow, and then should be all set in stone. But what I would like to know, if you are watching the videos, I know that I think it's Hubbenton. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, mate. Keep commenting on my videos and giving me advice. If you see I'm doing something wrong, comment, tell me, because if I don't get a comment, I don't know I'm doing something wrong. I'm just trying to look see what's going on in CZW at the moment. So he's still the world champion. He isn't now. And Chris Brook and Kid Lycos are the tag champs. I was going to bring Chris Brooks and Kid Lycos in. And then I saw that Chris Brooks is 700 per appearance. And Kid Lycos is only 600. And I thought, no. But what I would like to do is I would like to get a... I'll have to do it this way. So yeah, you're now going to see my future relationships. I don't want to kill the game by going into things, but I would like to work with a couple of companies. So the first company I would want to see if they will work with me is Pro Wrestling Noah, because this is going to work for me further down the line. 01 Gorilla and Shikara. Where was Shikara? Shikara. Combat Zone Wrestling, and I'm going to be doing a couple in England. This is not to be asked, but it's just so that I can work with a few companies in the UK, and if we want to, we can do something a bit fun, like we pretend we're bowling their titles or something, because we're working with them. So yeah, we're going to do Pro Wrestling, we're going to do Insane Championship Wrestling again, ICW. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to have a look at all the other companies in England on this bit of the video and just see what they're doing, see who they've got, what they're doing, storyline wise and stuff. I did Progress, didn't I? Yeah. Where's Preston? Can anyone see Preston City Wrestling? Yes, we can. There we go. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll tell you and locked inside if anyone refused. So let's filter this to the British, because we're based in Britain, so we want to know, what everyone else is doing and who's on their roster. So All Star Wrestling started in 1970. It's run by Brian Dixon. It's more of a touring company in the game, but I would say they are a touring company in real life. Actually, they are quite a very good touring company. So on their roster, they have Adam Curtis, Adrian Severe. I'm going to be doing this just to see how much people are. Adrian Severe, AJ Anderson, Alex Shane, Al Armstrong, Brian Dixon, of course, Candy or Sanden Lane, CJ Banks, Colossus Kennedy, Dal Mills, Dan Splash, Darren Mason, Dave Ryan, Dean Allmark, Fabio Ferrari, Gangrel, formerly, I can't remember what his name was in WWE. What was his name in WWE? It wasn't Gangrel, was it? Or was it? Because he's that weird vampire guy. That's all I know about him. Thanks for the commentary. Yeah, he must have been called Gangrel. Weird vampire guy. If you heard that in the background, that's quite amazing. I should do that more often when I was recording, if you got that on camera. Hakeem what? He's from Israel, so don't expect me to get his name right. Jack I'm not even going to attempt it. Jake Dackel in Leeds, West Yorkshire. James Dake, Jason Mason, Jason Prime, Jimmy Meadows, Joel Redman, Johnny Kidd, Justin Mark Kofi, Nathan Cruz, Robbie Dynamite, Rory Knight, Sam Gaddle, Sam Wilder, The Lion Kid, Thunder, Tony Spitfire, Val Cobius, Voodoo, oh you do, you're the man with the power, and Zack Knight. I don't know why I've seen that whenever I see Voodoo on this game. No storylines, and they only have one title as I know, and that's Thunder, and that is the ASAW British Heavyweight Champion. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to run down every single member of the roster on all these companies. I'm just going to do this, and just so you can have a quick gander and see who there is. No titles for Attack. I'm going to have a look at someone. 280 per show. Definitely going to shortlist Gabriel Kidd. And the other guy I want to look at is Prince Amin. I'm shortlisting Prince Amin. I'll get a picture off. But yeah, they've got quite an interesting roster. Jimmy Ocean, part of the Superflies. So no titles there. Oh, didn't look at the important thing. Any storylines? No storylines are active at the moment. There's us. Fight Nation. No titles at the moment. Teams. I don't know why I'm looking at teams. They haven't got a very big roster. They've got King Ross. You filthy marks. Getting King Ross. Gideon Gray is a wrestler who I think looks incredibly odd and weird. Because he's 24 years old, but it looks like he's 40 or 50 at least. You know, and if you watch him in real life when he appears for IPW, he is one of the weirdest looking people in the world. Because he has this really big nose and he looks older than he actually is. And yeah, he's quite a nice guy though. If you do meet him, he's lovely, but he won't let you know that because he's quite very, very good at being a heel in the ring. So Mark Dallas and Chris Renfrew running ICW. They've still got the Marauders. They've still got Kaylee Ray. Grado's their world champion and Zero G. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Grado's no longer there. If you didn't want to know that, just skip that bit of the video. Yeah, he's I think he lost the lieutenant at the Suggs House Party. Warning, warning, you are lying. IPW, they ain't got their titles. I might log in as Alan Ravenhill and just get their titles back because that's weird. I don't know why they haven't got their titles. NGW, Gen X, no one's the Gen X champion. Rampage Brown is their heavyweight champion, and tag teams, the world's greatest tag team, or the British strongest tag team, innit? Yeah, that's it. Over the Top Wrestling, which is so the OTT No Limits is Bonesaw and the tag teams are Bonesaw. So he's got 2 titles, the lucky son of a gun. How much is Jordan Devlin? If you didn't watch the UK tournament, Jordan Devlin was in it, and all I could hear being chanted throughout the fans was "Shit Finn Balor." It's quite amusing. PCW, Preston City Wrestling, Easton Reeves, Dean Allmark, and Hooligans. So yeah, the UK Hooligans are working here. You see, these guys can have more wrestlers because they're more popular than us. And here's the one and only Fierce's Progress. This is progress. So you got Walter as the main champion, Michael Dante, super strong style. Tag teams Chris Brooks and Kid Lycos, and Tony Storm is the women's. I thought she was going for that, whatever it is, Mae Young Classic or whatever the WWE are doing. SSW, so Queen of Southside is Melina. Holy shit, I didn't know that. Mark Haskins is their heavyweight champion. Speed Kings, Davey Richards. Al Legaro's been there, and Jimmy Havoc. And the tag teaming Big Grizzly and Robbie X. Don't even know now. Rock Culture Pro Wrestling, I know for a fact haven't got their titles. And I am going to be sorting this all out in a bit. That's something I'm going to be doing. And Over and World Association of Wrestling, I do know that they're having a problem with their belts as well. And Yoskos have just gone live, so I'll be sorting that out as well. So yeah, that's what's going on in England. I will see you Inside Out. I'm going to sort out WCPW, IPW, and World Association of Wrestling. So I'll see you shortly. That's all, folks. Welcome back, folks. Why am I going through Looney Tunes and Disney characters today to welcome you back? Hello and welcome to Locked Inside 2017. Ha ha ha. Let's begin a full event of steel cage matches, because I like them. And Ricky Knight Jr. getting a 26E with the opening angle tonight. So tonight, I step inside one of the most dangerous matches in the sport. Tonight, Furio, me and you will meet inside this hellish cage. The best cage matches have had blood, sweat and tears. Tonight, I will kill the vampire. So let's get the FSW equivalent to TNA Lockdown started. Where I got the idea from, so. And we actually have sold out, so that one person turned up tonight because I've got steel cage matches galore. Wank pheasant. And about a decent match on the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Ricky Knight Jr. defeated Furio in a cage match in 8:13 when Ricky Knight Jr. escaped the cage. Fury is off his game. Ricky Knight is getting better at his gimmick. This match got the crowd hotter. Fury had a 14. Knight Jr. had a 17. And that is that. No worker improvements, sadly. And then after the match, Ricky Knight Jr. is celebrating his victory outside the ring and not in the ring. But that's just written automatically. And then Ashton Smith runs out. No, he wasn't on the card. He wasn't meant to be here, but he's here for some reason. Comes out and throws Ricky Knight into the cage which is surrounding the ring. And we'll find out what's happening there. In a battle, had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Tom Dawkins defeated Sammy Smooth in a cage match in 8:25 when Tom Dawkins escaped the cage. Smooth had successfully left the cage earlier, but the referee had been unconscious and so had missed it. Which is what I wanted. So Tom Dawkins and Smooth have a great chemistry. They got the crowd hotter. Dawkins 24, Smooth 23. The IPW UK All-Star has advanced with angle. And Sammy Smooth is improving in technical. Not bad at all. Jonathan Windsor and Tom Falcon are 23E. In a battle, had decent reaction on the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Windsor defeated Tom Falcon in a cage match in 12:58 when Jonathan Windsor escaped the cage. Tom Falcon was visibly tiring towards the end, so we have to work on that. Jonathan Windsor had a ring performance of 22, so did Falcon. Royalty My Ass has advanced for this, and Windsor has been improving in performance. Good, because he's going to... Okay, so there was a botched move, but he wasn't injured, and Jonathan Windsor wasn't happy. Okay. Thanks, Destiny. A video plays hyping up the main event tonight, what began this event, and it only gets a 17F+. Holy shit, that was shit. In a bout of a decent match in the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Jimmy Starr defeated Sid Scarlett in a cage match in 7:43. When Jimmy Starr escaped the cage, Jimmy Starr makes defense number 1 of his championship. Jimmy Starr is improving in Rumble. Sid Scarlett is visibly tiring towards the end. Jimmy's off his game. Jimmy was visibly tiring. There was a lack of flow noticeable. That's probably why it sagged. Sid Scarlett had 22. Jimmy only had 18. Story is advancing, as I said. Jimmy's advanced with Rumble. Then Windsor comes out and beats down Starr, doing a similar thing early in the night, throwing him into the ring, into the fan seats and stuff. And that show gets a 20E-. And I'm sorry, but the best match of the night was Tom Dawkins and Sammy Smooth. By far, 20... No, actually... Yeah, by 24. Well, by 24. But I will give it to them two and Jimmy Starr because he's our champ. So complimented, and complimented on a good performance. So we'll see you back at the main screen. Hello! Welcome back to the main screen. Hello. Oh, New Japan's going to be taught. MVP's touring New Japan. So is Lethal, so is Low Key. Okay, that sounds very interesting. Feedback has been that it wasn't not that bad, given that the company's so small. So we didn't do too bad. We sold out. So that means we paid for the arena, really. And we didn't lose that much money. So at the moment, we're in minus. As you can see, we're minus. But hopefully that will change as we go through the month. Because ticket sales this month were 1,000, which is not too bad. Not really interesting merchandise. But we're estimated 2,819. Workers, we spent 3,000. So we're not doing too bad. So we're going to skip to the end of the month. But first, we're going to get on to our typical October event. We know what it is by now. Come on, guys. Annually, it's going to be on Thursday, week 1 of October. An hour. And that's going to be FSW, a falling... I can't spell or add spaces because I'm a moron. A falling star horror show. Oh yeah, we knew it was coming. Come on, I've already admitted that whenever I do Falling Star, this is the name I go for the October pay-per-view. You know it was coming. You cannot sit there and go, oh no we didn't. You knew it was coming, guys. Come on, just nod your heads with me at your end of the screen and go, yes we did, because you all did. So yeah, that's going to be the next and final event we show you. But we're going to get this show booked because I want to do some fun with it. Because I'm awesome and I'm amazing and I'm rubbish at doing this game and rubbish at filming stuff. So yes, Jonathan Windsor will be going into I'm going to end these storylines, so I'm going to make some more. So Jonathan Windsor is going to be going into the world title picture. I'm going to be doing 4 other people into the world title picture this time because that is one of our major storylines, so I want to put as many people in there as one go, including the champions. So, what we've done now is we've auto-pushed everybody. So when we go into storylines, and we have the storyline set up like this, we can have a look and see who is, in there. So we've got Danny Duggan. So we'll throw Danny Duggan in. We have got, who else is... I don't want to throw Sid in again, so we'll put Windsor in. Because Skylar's kind of just had his main event push. I'm really tempted to throw Tom Dawkins in, and he is a main eventer, so it would work out. So yeah, Tom Dawkins is going to be in there, and at our next event it will be Jimmy Starr versus Windsor. I'm thinking. We're also going to do a storyline between Fiorio and Tom Falcon. And they're going to be the. That's going to be called the Dojo Stars because. They're from the Fallen Star Wrestling sort of dojo training academy, so I'm just going to call it the Dojo Stars. And I want to do Ashton Smith against Ricky Knight Jr. Obviously, you realise that. And that's going to be called What's Your Problem? Because I can't think of anything else other than that in my head. And then the final storyline. I don't know who else to put in a storyline. I'm going to throw Sammy Smooth in, and I've got Danny Duggan in one. So who's left? No, who else isn't in the storyline? Sid Scala. And that's going to be You Can't Win. I just gave my fiance the death stare across the room. She was making noise. So yeah, we're going to do Jimmy Starr against Jonathan Windsor to start that one. We'll then do Danny Duggan against... where is Danny Duggan? There's Danny Duggan against Tom Dawkins. I'm going to do that as the main event of the night. I'm going to do this one as the main event of the night because I think that match is going to be awesome. But then I'm also going to have Fury and Tom Falcon on the card. I'm going to leave off Sid's, and then we're going to do... I'm actually going to book everybody on this card because I think we can probably... I don't think we can afford it, but, you know, we've got new storylines starting, so it makes sense to do this. So it'll be Ashton Smith. Ashton Smith with Sid Scala, the con man, Sammy Smooth, and Ricky Knight Jr. So let's do what we normally do now. We've got the next show booked, which will be the final show of this video after I show you the month. So we're gonna have a quick gander at roster, filter to any in-ring pushers, and let's have a look and see how their popularity's gone up. So we won't have a look at Danny Duggan because Danny Duggan wasn't on this show, but we'll have a look at Ashton Smith because he was. So he is an F10 and still is an F10, so he hasn't gone up at all, not even with his attack. So Mr. Danny Duggan, who, because he's only working for us, he won't have gone up at all. So he's a 17. She's now eating biscuits, and it's now gone to 17 F plus. The fact she's laughing doesn't help me film these any easier. That's why it's easier when she's not around to film. He's now an F5 minus, and he was an F5 minus, so he hasn't gone up at the last show. Jimmy Starr. She's now eating biscuits. Is an 18E, and he was a 17 plus, so he's gone up incredibly. Well done, my friend. Mr. Jonathan Windsor. I am royalty. No, you're not. Is a 16 plus. He's gone up a point. Yes. So yep, that's good. He's gone up a point. RKJ or Ricky Knight Jr. He does go by both names. I know a lot of the commentators in. So he's an F8 and he was a 5, so he's gone up as well. This is good though to see these people. I can't look at this because of the Fog of War stuff, but it's good to see that they're going up in popularity and people are enjoying them. He's gone up by 1 point. Mr. Smoothie Old Smooth has gone up by 1 point. Those biscuits good, by the way? She just nodded her head, so I think the answer to that question is yes. The biscuits were nice. I think she's got the bourbons because of course creams are in the kitchen. So 17 F plus, and he's a 17 F plus, so he hasn't gone up at all. Mr. Tom Dawkins, aka Black Belt from Romford in Essex. He's a 17. Oh, I didn't do that right. And he was a 16, so he's gone up in point, so he's not doing too bad. And Falcon, hometown graduate, a good friend, Tom Garrett. I do have him on Facebook. Good friend of mine. He's 16 F plus, so he's gone up. As you can see, he stayed the same this month, but hopefully we can get him to be a main event player. The only problem is he hasn't got very good, so he can't go in the ring for very long, which is a good problem, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll see you very soon at a Falling Star horror show. See you then, guys. Hello, we're now at the next month. We're now in October, guys. Last night, Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose, Reigns defeated O'Neal and Ho-Ho Loon, Cesaro and Sheamus defeated Anderson and Gallows by DQ, Slayer and Rana defeated the Hardys, Neville defeated Drew Gulak, Alexa Bliss defeated Dana Brooke for the retain the women's title, Miz defeated Axel and Kalisto, Hawkins and Samson defeated Strowman and White, and Cruz defeated Henry, Hideo Itami and Lesnar in the open. That was an opening match. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, we're not gonna do too much because I've got about 8 minutes and then dinner will be ready. So there we go. So what we're gonna have a quick look at is just have a look. See, we made a 775 profit last month. We're still in the same popularity, but it went down this month. So I don't think we're going to be, I think we'll be making these about 600 profit this month with what we got for the show. But yep, so I did go into the game and I've given all of the companies, so World Association of Wrestling has got all their champion belts back. They are vacant at the moment. So has What Culture. Robbie Dynamite has won that one. Jam O'Malley's won the internet tag team, and that's all vacant. That's fine. And I did the same for International Pro Wrestling UK, who have given Sienna Donnelly the All England Championship, Chuck Mambo and Danny Chase the tag team. Jason Mason is the IPW British. How much is Mambo? 600. Jesus. You better be good one if we do ever bring him in. Well, he's 70. Yeah, but he's popular around the world. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to skip forward and we're going to show you something exciting and stuff. So yeah, the only one who didn't come forward is Noah. And I'm going to be doing a special attraction tag team match at a whole show, which is why I'm saying we're not going to make much of a profit. So I'll see you then. I'm in trouble. Hello guys, welcome back. So I'm going to record and then hopefully she won't shout at me as much. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Falling Star horror show. And it's got a 30 plus, our best angle yet. So Jimmy comes out. Tonight I defend my championship. For the second time this guy attacked me after a half-fought cage match. I pushed my body to the limit, but this guy came out, attacked me when I was tired and beaten up and bleeding. Tonight, you fake asshole, I'm going to take this championship home one more time. So Jonathan comes out. Shut up to the fans while the royalty speaks. Jimmy, I've been here before. I've held that belt before. I've been on top. Tonight, right here in Lynn Sport, I'm going to kick your ass and win back what is mine. Before I defend the belt against one of those masked goons from Chicago in December. So good luck, soldier. So yeah, if I can afford it by December, we'll be having some guys from Chicago a guy from Chicago come over. I ain't decided on. I'm going to pick the cheapest guy, and he'll come over and challenge whoever wins that match for the belt. In a battle, that decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Falcon defeated Furio by pinfall with a frog splash. Fury had 14, Falcon had 26. The Dojo Starr storyline advanced for this segment. Fury improving in one ball. Hooray! They got 22 E-minus, not bad. The music video shows hyping up Danny Duggan, showing his work he's done in other promotions. DVD exclusive. In a battle that decent match, the crowd but terrible wrestling, Ashton Smith and Sid Scholar defeated Sammy Smooth and Ricky Knight Jr. in 7:39. And Sid Scholar defeated Sammy Smooth by pinfall. Skid Scholar was really off his game tonight. This match got the crowd hotter. Scholar had 21, Smith 18, Ricky Knight Jr. 18, Sammy Smooth 22. The What Your Problem storyline has advanced started with a segment, and You Can't Win storyline has started with this segment. No worker improvements. In above a decent match from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Tom Dawkins defeated Danny Duggan in 12:52 by submission. Got a 26E. Danny Duggan's seamless game. Danny Duggan and Tom Dawkins have great chemistry shown in the performance. Duggan 25, Dawkins 24, and that's for the major storyline. I've just seen a weird shadow go across my wall. I hate living in a haunted house. So we have a hype video heading into our main event, the worst match of the night. In about a decent reaction to the crowd but terrible wrestling, Jimmy Starr defeated Jonathan Windsor in 14:55 by pinfall. Starr makes defense number 2 of his Fallen Star Championship. Windsor was really off his game. Starr was really off his game. Windsor had a ring performance of 20. Starr had a ring performance of 20. The storyline has advanced to a segment. Windsor improving in both Rumble and performance, and Starr in performance. And that show gets the 22E. So don't be surprised if you don't see those in the main event soon. So I'm going to be giving this show to Danny Duggan, Tom Dawkins, and I'm going to give it to Starr because he's our champion. So I'm going to give Starr a nice little hug. And I'm going to we're going to compliment these two on a good performance. And I will see you at the main title screen when we announce the next show's name and what's going to be happening. So, hello guys, welcome back to the main screen. Yeah, so we didn't do as good as Dragon Gate, but it looks like Kenny Omega's there again. And he won the Open Dragon Gate title, which is their main title. So yeah, Dragon Gate Forsaken tour. Impact Wrestling, not a lot happened there. Grader was in the main event. Can't afford him. I wanted to bring him in quite early on, but I couldn't afford him, so. Explosion, the Raider Kid and stuff. So yeah, not a lot happening. We were here. It wasn't that bad given a company so small. So we now got Prestige and Momentum 4. We only got $868. We still ain't gone up in importance, which is not a problem. So the next show you're going to get on this save is going to be next time. I'm going to skip forward a month and then I'm going to leave it there. But it's going to be on Thursday, week 1 of November. And it's going to be called FSW Fatal 4-Way. Yes, I know I'm doing something I don't like, but we're doing a better job of it. So that's going to be in images. So yeah, that's our next event. It's going to be in a month's time. I'm going to skip a month after I've set this show up, and then we're going to come. Then we're going to see how we did this month, and then we'll go on to this show. So Fatal 4-Way. I want to. The problem is my main event scene is pretty good, but Danny Duggan and Tom Dawkins have been throwing it out the park so well now that we need to put one of the belts on these guys. I'm not being mean, but I think they're going to be the future. So that's that side. Smooth is going to be taking on Sammy Smooth is going to be taking on Ashton Smith. Sid Scala is going to be taking on RKJ. And then of course we'll do Furio versus Tom Falcon, because that was a good opener and they did quite well, to be honest. Better than what I thought they would do. So that's your show for the up and coming event. I don't think a lot's happened in popularity for guys since we did this, but we'll have a look like we always do. Any in-ring push? So yeah, he's gone up. He's now, so Southern England, he was a 6, he went to a 10 and he stayed as a 10, but he's now a 12F+, so he's actually going up in popularity, which is good. Danny Duggan is a 17, and he was a 17, so he hasn't moved. Hopefully I can get him to move very soon. Furio, he's now a 7, and he was a 5, so he's gone up 2 in popularity, which is not bad. Jimmy Starr, he's an 18E minus, and he was an 18E minus, so he hasn't gone up at all. The Lying Royalty person, he's a 17F plus, and he was a 17F plus, and I think that's because he lost. He didn't go up in popularity. RKJ, Ricky Knight Jr. He's now a 10. He was an 8, so he's gone up 2. See, this is the good thing about it, is we're watching these guys improve and get more popular with our fans. You know, the more popular they are with our fans, the more people come in. So he was a 10 to start off with in July. He's now a 17, so he's, you know, gone up 7 points in that few months. It's brilliant. Sid Scala, 17F plus, he hasn't moved, sadly. My boy, one of our good people, Tom Dawkins, not typically Hill, but he's an 18E now as well. So yeah, he's doing quite well, so don't be surprised if it's not him. It'll be one of them too, I think. Tom Falcon, another guy who's improving pretty nicely, to be honest. He was a 16, he's gone up a point, which is great. So that's how they're looking. We'll skip a month. We'll do the final bit of this recorded at the end of the month, see what's going on. And then we'll see you. Then we'll go and then I'll get this edited and uploaded. Panorama. Hello! How are you? So yeah, during the running of last month, Ricky Knight is now signed with FNW, Fighting Nation Wrestling, which is good. I'm doing this during the adverts of Dog Rescuers. before Big Brother tonight, so I'm getting this done. Which is owned by Glenn Joseph. I don't think that's actually real life, but Glenn Joseph owns it in the game, and he's been signed. He's an opener in the company because of some of the names they've got. You know, I'm just going to show you this because this is where we want to be at some point. Look, they've main eventers. They've got a guy on there for 900, 500, 700, 290, 400. See, he could be good for us. So I'm interested in bringing Josh Bodum in at the price he is. But then I'd need another another wrestler to come in with him. And at the moment, I can't do that. So I am going to shortlist him because he's good popularity. So yeah, last month, let's have a look. Oh, dearie, 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 dear. We made a bit of a loss, but we still got a good kitty in the bank. So not too bothered. And we have lost importance and popularity. Now that does happen as the game advances, because what happens is this, as you can see, the game world here in Southern England, wrestling and is not very popular and stuff, so it does happen in this area. You didn't have to shut the door, babe, I don't need you to do that now. So what we've got to do is we've got to push the company. So what we're going to do is I'm going to edit all these videos together. You're going to have this episode today. Then tomorrow will be, hopefully I'll get Ring of Fire out tomorrow. What's the day tomorrow? It's Wednesday tomorrow. Thursday you will get the next load of this. So Fatal 4-Way, December. So you have November, December, January and February. Depending on how we're doing. We are not doing as bad as what we were in the other save. So we'll leave it like this. You'll get to see this soon. I want to thank you all for watching. Just going to have a quick look and just see if... So I'm trying to do this during an ad break of a television show, which is good fun for you if you're trying to record. So no Neville, Miz, Shayla, Sebastian J, so Naomi, Kevin Owens, Reigns, Jinder. No title changes, so I don't think there'll be many title changes anywhere else in the world. But there you go, that's just a quick rundown of who's the champion in WWE. So yeah, I will see you on Thursday with Fallen Star, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're good for Ring of Fire. Thanks for watching, guys.